you're welcome to the AM Club right here on MX24. It's an exciting morning, and we're going to be having great conversation right here. So if you're just joining in, you made the right choice. My name is Akushika Lebene, and listen, if you're questioning why I am using this name this morning, well, remember we're in the Ghana month and we're representing Ghana. So on a regular day, I will be Miriam Udwak Mensah. But today and the rest of the month of March, I was going to say June, in the rest of the month of March, I am Akushika Lebanese. So when you see me in town and we're vibing, it's Akushika for the month of March, okay? I hope you're finding a wonderful way to celebrate Ghana. As part of the celebrations, we're also celebrating women as well. And so this month, you're going to be seeing as well a lot of women initiatives, women-centered, women-focused initiatives. And so stay right here with us as we learn and grow together. This morning, of course, it's Thursday. And this conversation really pertains to both men and women because we both have kidneys, right? Yes, we're going to be observing the World Kidney Day. And not only observing that here on the show, we are also going to be learning about the kidney, what it does, how we can protect it. Because I know a lot of people, I think that's why last week, I went to an area and I said, this area has more kidney centers than I could ever imagine we have in Ghana. But listen, great conversation is going to come out from there. You're going to know about your kidney, how you should protect it, and if ever you have an issue with the kidney, how you should take care of yourself. So stay right here with us. Like I always say, we're learning and growing together. So stay here with me. Joining me for the conversation this morning is Dr. Theo. He's a medical doctor. Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
How are we doing?
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
I am fine. How are you too?
I'm blessed, beautiful, and very, very successful. Now, this is the month of March, and so we're celebrating Ghana. What Ghanaian name would you have me call you?
Oh, my middle name is Nyako, so you can call me
Nyanko.
Nyako, or you can call me Kofi. I'm a Friday
Kofi.
born, so you can
Yeah,
call me
Kofi.
Kofi.
Kofi it is.
Yeah.
Kofi it is. Alrighty. Now let's get straight into it. All right. Now, what exactly is kidney disease? Before we get into the disease and what it could be, a lot of people, and it would amaze you, the people do not know that both genders have kidneys. I thought it was fascinating when I heard about it. But tell me about what the kidney does and what kidney diseases are.
Okay. Yeah. A lovely morning to your cherished viewers. Most of the time, our challenge has been with knowing what the kidneys does and what the kidney is. So every human being has two kidneys in their body, on both sides of their body. So like on the right side and on the left side. And these kidneys are very vital organs in that they help the body to filter waste. They help reduce your blood pressure. They produce even some hormones which help in your growth. So with these kidneys, anything disease means you have something which is putting an unease into a situation. So it's like you are diseased. So there is no ability for you to do something. It's not just presence of disease or like presence of illness or sickness. So any form of weakness or any form of instability in the kidney is a disease. So it's likely going to be a structural disease. It's likely going to be some hormonal thing affecting the kidney. So there are so many kinds of kidney diseases, but generally we can classify them as acute and chronic kidney disease. So depending on the type of disease you have involving your kidney, it will determine the kind of treatment you are supposed to get. I
Okay.
don't know if you are getting my point.
I do. I do. I
So
do.
kidney disease can be basically divided into acute and chronic. But the main function is the kidney is supposed to help filter, control blood pressure, and also help with managing some hormones in the body. Basically, those are the main
Okay.
things the kidney does.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Now, someone would say, listen, throughout the year, we could be talking about kidney diseases and what the kidney does, and. But why is it so important for a day to be set aside for kidney education, like so education on the kidney?
Yeah. So WHO has stated that kidney diseases are growing and even becoming more of a burden in people of younger generations. Like initially, we thought kidney diseases are probably with people above 60, 70, thereabout, but now there are people as young as 6 months, 7 months,
Mm,
10 years, 20 years having dialysis or having some form of kidney diseases,
mm,
which wasn't initially so. So it is important that we set a day aside to look at it in retrospect, to look at it entirely, to be able to digest the disease and know what it is about. So WHO has selected like the second Thursday of March
yeah.
as the day for understanding or talking about kidney. So it's like what we've named it World Kidney Day.
Mm,
The burden has grown because kidneys are supposed to manage your blood pressure. When your kidneys are having problems, you can develop high blood pressure. When
right.
your kidneys are having problem, there will be a buildup of toxins in your body, and that is going to lead to more problems because your kidney is vital to you. It is a very key organ in your body, just like the brain and other vital organs like the heart too as well.
Mm,
So it's
mm.
very important that we set aside a day, we talk about it, we know how to monitor our kidney health, we know how to protect our kidneys, we know markers that are signs of early kidney degeneration or any kidney disease so that we are able to prevent them. The whole point of noting this day is to help you to prevent or is to help you stay away from possible inciting agents that can damage your kidneys basically.
Okay. Now, so whilst we're talking at that about all of that, let's go straight into it now. So, what are the early signs that your kidney has a problem?
Yes, so these signs, I would say, are not very, very specific to your kidneys.
Mm,
I'll mention a few of them, but it shouldn't be mistaken that when you have these signs, it means you are having a kidney disease. We should
right.
get this straight.
Right.
So, in most cases, your kidneys will have issues when, or we would say your kidney has issues when you've developed some swelling of the feet or the ankles or like around your eyes. It's very classical with kidney disease, but it is not 100% certain that when you
Exclusive to
have
kidney.
these
Yeah.
signs, you have a kidney disease. There
True.
are people who sometimes when they stand for long or do certain activities, they tend to have swelling feet. They are, even in pregnancy, women develop swelling of their feet. Some of
Mm,
them is associated with some kidney disease, but it doesn't mean that you have a kidney disease or you are having kidney disease. You have to be monitored. We need to know if the kidney function is dropping or there are certain signs which are suggestive. Also, when you have reduced amount of urine production,
mm,
let's say you are producing 2,000 liters in a day, and the whole of today you've produced like 400 mils, 2,000 liters in a day, and now you are producing roughly about 400 mils or 600 mils in a whole day. In as much as it is a sign that your kidneys are probably failing, it could also be that you are not taking enough water. That is why you are not making enough urine.
exactly. So
You
it's
get
still
it.
not
So
exclusive to
it is not
kidney.
it is not a clear cut that this person has kidney disease, but it is usually a sign for you to watch out for your kidneys or investigate for all those things. Also, some people might have foamy or frothy urine. So they might pee and they will realize there are a lot of foam or some ladder sort of nature in the urine. It's usually a sign mostly associated with nephrotic syndrome. But that one too is not certain because it could be that the bowl in which you are peeing in has some detergent or some liquid in there which has formed that ladder form of reaction. Also, you might have some joint pains. Joint pains is classical for almost every condition.
Yeah.
When you have malaria, when you have other conditions, you have joint pains, but this ones might persist. They might be present very early in the morning. When you wake up, you will be feeling them. Also, there's what we call night urination, like you urinate very frequently at night. It
At night.
interrupts your sleep. So let's say you are trying to have a 6 or an 8 hour sleep, and you wake up roughly every hour or every 30 minutes to go and pee, that is a sign that there's an issue with the kidney.
with the
But that
kidney.
too is not clear because when you have a urinary tract infection, you will likely be waking up very frequent at night to pee because infection is irritating your urinary bladder and your urinary system. So you turn
Mm,
out to be flushing them out. You get it? And sometimes too, there's itchiness. There's a lot of itchiness of the skin.
mm,
So when you to have a lot of itchiness of the skin, that could be a sign that you are having some kidney disease. Sometimes you a change in the urine color, a change in the urine color. Some people might have some bloody urine. Some
mm.
people might have very concentrated urine. All those signs or all those experiences people do have are signs that there's a problem with your kidney. So you should check out for that. Yeah.
Interesting. When you started the conversation, you mentioned that back in the day, it used to be a kidney used to be associated to associated to a certain age bracket, but now it's quite different. Younger people are, being discovered to live with a disease or a kidney disease or the other. Now, you want to tell us why that is and explain to us what it will look like in a child to have kidney disease and then what it looks like in an adult.
Can you come again with a question?
So I'm saying that when you started earlier, you mentioned that
Yeah.
kidney disease at some point was associated to, a certain age bracket. Like you need to be older to be able to have kidney disease or kidney conditions. But now it's seen in many young people. And so tell me why that is and what it will look like in a child. So you mentioned a 10-year-old. What would it look like for a 10-year-old to have a kidney condition?
Yeah. So, like I mentioned earlier, some of the signs with with a child having any condition, and also to talk about kidney disease, I think most of the work will have to depend on their guardian or the parents. So
Mm,
they are supposed to be on the lookout for them. Sometimes they are just subtle changes that occur, and you
mm,
should be very in tune with your child to know how your child behaves or if there is a change in the child's medical status. Let's say the child is supposed to sleep very quiet and naturally throughout the night, probably just waking up once. But you see the child waking up like 6, 7 times throughout the night, peeing. You should be concerned. You notice, let's say the child goes to pee and the child complains that my urine looks like there's soap inside there, or you notice that the weight of the child has changed. Probably the child has developed some abdominal swelling or some swelling around the eye, or the lower legs have become the legs have become swollen. That is a sign that you should look out for. It's similar for what happens in adults, but with adults, we tend to find ways and means to justify it. An adult will say, "Oh, it's because maybe I've not slept enough. That's why I'm having the headache."
yeah.
Or it's because maybe I haven't drank enough of water. That's why I'm not peeing a lot. Oh, this joint pains I'm having is because of my work. I've been carrying some loads. But with children, there are very little reasons for you to think otherwise. You should just have a high index of suspicion and just go for it and just seek early treatment. The whole point is about prevention. So when you seek early treatment, you get some education. That is, if it is not confirmed kidney disease, you get some education about how to monitor the kidney disease, how to know if your child is having the symptoms, how to
Hello, Doc.
know if your
Okay, all
child is
right, sure.
probably having
Okay.
a kidney. Hello?
Yeah, we keep losing you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah. So sometimes with the children, aside them gaining weight or having some frothy urine or foamy urine, some of them can even turn out to lose weight.
Oh, okay.
When the kidneys are vital in producing minerals like vitamin D to help the body. So with all these things going on, they turn out to lose weight. And when you have kidney disease and it's long standing, you turn out to become anemic or your blood level will go down because there's something in the kidney called erythropoietin, which helps with blood formation or help the bone marrow to produce blood.
Oh.
So because the erythropoietin goes down, your blood level too goes down, or you become anemic. So
Mm.
some of the symptoms like having headaches, become easily fatigued, and joint pains, having palpitations, and all that are usually a sign that your blood level has gone down.
Has gone
So
down.
it is something you should note to in your children. Probably the child's activity has gone down. The child is not active anymore like the child used to be. It's something you should look out for. But in adults, usually they are mostly associated with some medical conditions like high blood pressure, like
Yeah.
diabetes,
Okay.
like people with strong family history of this disease, like hypertension, diabetes, and also some family history of kidney disease.
Mm. Okay.
And I also want to touch on this that a growing trend in Ghana now is the use of herbal preparations.
Hmm.
So these herbal preparations, not all of them having been tested or having been certified by FDA. So our challenge is there are certain toxins or toxicants in the herbal preparations which are unsafe for consumption or which shouldn't be ingested into the body. So when they get into contact with the body or get in contact with the kidneys, it turns out to affect the performance of the kidney. And this is what causes the kidney failure in most elderly people. Herbal preparations, because they are concoctions, just to simply put, they are poisonous substances, which because we haven't treated or we haven't really purified the agents in the herbal preparation, and someone has taken them in, it affects the person's kidney and it's going to cause more damage than good.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. How about the whole energy drink craze that's there? I'm told, and I don't know if it's a myth or fact, that if you take a lot of energy drink, it could harm your kidney. You want to talk about that, pretty sure?
Yeah. So with the issue about diet or food or whatever you take in, what you take in a way passes through your kidneys because apart from the main nutrients or metabolites you need for your digestive system, which gives you energy. The whole point of eating is about getting energy to eat or getting energy from the food we eat to work or to do our activities. Then your body will save some for you for further use. So when your body breaks whatever you ingest in, the bad ones are supposed to be filtered out of the system. They are supposed to come out. So that is the use of the kidney and the liver. But mainly, the kidney is supposed to filter all these things out. There are some materials which are very difficult or very hard on the kidneys to handle or very hard on the kidneys to flush out. Some of them are found in energy drinks and some alcoholic beverages and even some normal foods we eat. But because they have, let's say, something we call heavy metals or other toxicants in there, your kidneys might not be able to filter them out properly or might not be able to filter them at all. So it has to go back into your system and it deposits them in other parts of your body. This is what is going to cause other effects of the food or the energy drink or the item you've ingested into your system.
Mm.
I don't know if you get my point.
I
So
do.
there hasn't been enough research on energy drinks and the effect on the body, but a few that has been done talks about certain toxins in there or certain metabolites which are not properly broken down by the kidneys, so they are reabsorbed or they are just maintained in the body, and those are the ones causing the problems.
Yeah. Okay. Now, how often should people check, for their kidney health? As an individual, how often should you check?
Yeah, so this is quite subjective, but I think everyone should be in charge of their own health. You
Mm.
should you should have concern for your own health because you want to continue the good life you are enjoying and you
Absolutely.
also want to be there for your family and whatever you stand for, you want to be alive for it. So it means you should have a plan for your health, which means at least you should have an annual checkup. That
Mm,
is quite sufficient or baseline annual checkup. I know some patients, I've seen a couple of patients who come to the clinic just once a year. They are not sick, they just come once a year, usually around their birthday or
mm,
their birthday. They just come and just do a thorough screen. They do all of that just to see what's going on
mm,
in their body. That is good. However, when someone has diabetes or hypertension, it is ideal that every 3 to 6 months they do that. They check their kidney functions, they do other tests, they do a thorough screening to know where they are. Sometimes, depending on the level of your kidney performance or your health, will encourage you to get more frequent visits or will put in measures to delay the progression of your kidney disease. The whole point of health is about prevention. I mentioned that earlier. We have stages of prevention. We have primordial, primary, secondary, and tertiary. So primordial, before it sets in, you do it. Primary, you do it just before it sets in. Then the secondary is the screening process. So secondary, we are talking about the secondary process, the secondary level of prevention now, which is the screening process, which is the secondary. So you screen yourself every year for those who haven't really got any risk factor or those without any kidney disease. Then people with some comorbidities like hypertension, diabetes, other metabolic diseases can be doing that every 3 to 6 months to ensure their kidneys are in good shape. One of the basic things you can do for yourself is doing a kidney function test. Even though it's not conclusive to just do a kidney function test to tell whether your kidneys are fine, at least when we know your kidney function, we know the urine you are making, and we also do an abdominal scan, the ultrasound, what
mm-hmm.
similar to what the pregnant women do, not the CT scan or the MRI.
Yeah.
This is like a very simple one with the gel and the scanning machine just put on your abdomen. When we get to know that where your scan results, we get to know your urine output over, let's say, 24 hours or over a period, and we get to know your kidney function test. It is ideal for us to give you some good advice or some good treatment concerning your kidneys.
Right.
And I also want to mention that checking your BP is really, really important. Most people have developed kidney disease because they never knew they were hypertensive, and they are because the kidneys control your blood pressure. It means when the blood pressure is out of control, it goes back to affect your kidneys. So people with high blood pressure who are not on medications or who are not compliant tend to have kidney diseases as a result of their high blood pressure. So we
Mm,
call that hypertensive nephropathy. So
mm-hmm.
as disease of the kidney as a result of hypertension.
Okay.
And also there's diabetic nephropathy too as well. That is the diabetes causing the
Kidney
kidneys to
disease.
become under
Oh,
functioning or to cause kidney disease. Yeah.
right. Right. Now, finally, before you leave, what advice would you give to our viewers this morning? Is there's been an extensive conversation on kidney diseases and how to take care of your kidney, but really, what would be your advice for our viewers this morning?
Yeah. So my final words for our lovely viewers. Uh, Kidney disease is real. It is not something which is associated with just the elderly. It can be found in children, it can be found in people of various ages. The best thing to do for yourself is to screen or to know, get to know the numbers, get to know the numbers, which refers to getting to know your urine output, getting to know your kidney function. Just do a kidney function test, get to know your blood pressure. It's really important. The normal blood pressure is supposed to be between 100 and 139.
Mm,
When it's above 139, that's for the systolic, that's the upper value. Usually the BP values are in sort of like a fraction. So the upper value should be from 100 to 139. That is the normal range. If it's above 139, we need to investigate that. And the lower value too is supposed to be from 70 to 89, thereabout. So when it's above 89 too, we need to investigate to know that. So get to know your numbers. And I also advise that you shouldn't just ingest anything, or you shouldn't just take anything in without clarifying whether it's safe for you or whether it's good.
Mm.
That is the problem we are having now. Young people are taking in all sort of mixtures, all sort of drinks, all sort of medications for various reasons. We should try and stay away from unverified or unauthorized herbal preparations. And also painkillers. I need to talk about painkillers. Painkillers are good for our pain, but they can be very bad for our kidneys when we abuse them or when we overuse them, because there are a group of painkillers called non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Short put, we call them
Okay,
NSAIDs, like
okay, okay.
diclofenac, ibuprofen. They
Alrighty,
are good for pain
alrighty.
control, but they can damage your kidneys.
Okay,
That's all for now.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank